Reaching an understanding of the nature of things, including human nature, marks out the virtue of wisdom for Cicero. But it is one virtue among several, and it is subject to control by the other virtues, above all by justice, which requires doing no harm to others and not standing back when harm is done to others. Never, in other words, a blank check for science, a disarming awe in the face of its many wonderful achievements. Rather, it is the same morality that is to check great talent, be it eloquence or other abilities, that is to guide the ways of science, to keep them in accord with the just and genuine human well-being. And again, like Aristotle, whom Cicero follows in many respects, politics is the noble effort to coordinate all human activities to the common good. Politics could, of course, wrongly retard science rather than constrain and guide it well, but there can be no abdication of moral and political control of what knowledge is pursued and how it is pursued, especially when that pursuit is supported by public funding. With respect to the status of property, on which Cicero has sometimes been seen as a class-based conservative, it may surprise to discover that Cicero holds without hesitation that in the nature of things, property is common and not private. No claims to private property, no more than those to a freedom of scientific inquiry, should be put above public control. Cicero stresses, however, the importance of respecting established claims to property, since security for property, built presumably on security for self, as Locke would later stress, seems to be the first cause that brings people together in political community. Political community, the republic for Cicero, is sustained by respecting the trust and good faith, both explicit and implicit, in contracts and established practices. Without such basic principles in approaching property issues, including taxation that is redistribution, the ties of political community are weakened and a society is drawn toward factionalism that will weaken and possibly destroy it. While emphasizing the importance of individuals not overspending or over-donating so as to leave themselves in a weakened condition of debt, Cicero clearly implies that the best of citizens and leaders will be those who maintain solvency for independence and good actions in the future. Such golden citizens and leaders will not be nourished in a community life rife with economic-based factionalism. Yet it is the case for Cicero that justice is the chief bond of political community, and it must be attended to, not only for the sake of stability and good order, but also to provide the basis for reaching beyond physical and economic security to a richer notion of happiness. As a notably eloquent and talented president of this republic begins his tenure, these remarks have sought to draw attention not simply to what catches our eye, namely the parallels of this man's life and powers to Cicero's. It has also suggested that it can be highly beneficial to the new administration and to all of us citizens and potential leaders to hear the voice of Cicero in ways that might guide us as to how we make our inquiries and what we find about wise and just policies. Thank you for your attention.